Boom, boom. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum, ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum. Ba-da-da-dee-da-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-dee-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-doo-doo-doo. Ba-da-dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-da-da-dum, bum. Ba-da-da-dum. Alright, we are up, we are running, we are good to go, we are live, my friends. So hello, travelers of the internet, and welcome back to Guardian Studios. Or if you are new to the channel, hey there and welcome to ya. My name is JGartle1, and I am your host, your guide, and your humble bard into the worlds of virtual. And I am very pleased to welcome you all back to the channel, or in the case of the newcomers, welcome you fresh to a Guardian Studios experience here on the Guardian Studios YouTube channel. Well, yesterday, this happened, my friends. Chaos Cubed, the latest update to Minecraft, has launched, and oh my goodness, it already looks like it's going to be a fun time. Since our world is still fairly fresh, the nice thing is we will be able to find some of this stuff fairly early on if we look around in the right places. And we will get to doing that at some point, rest assured. Let's see what it has to say. The second game drop of 2026 is here. Explore a new cave, meet the sulfur cube, build with colorful new blocks, and team up with parties for Bedrock. Though that last part seems to be in a beta still, so let's go ahead and play. And we'll jump into the world of Crumbach. Yes, I have multiple copies of Crumbach. After what happened the last time I had issues with the world not working, I don't want to lose this one. Hey, Zerio! Good to see you, man. Yes, you are the first in the chat, my dude. Glad you can make it to the stream, pal. Hope you are doing well. Hope you are having a good day or night. And hope you enjoy the stream, my brother. My brother in gaming, as it were. Alright, let's see. So, right off the bat, I'm going to go ahead and say that we are going to be very busy with a lot of things today. All of them, however, are going to be focused on one major goal. Getting levels. I need levels, and I need them fast. I need to get to a point where I can make use of my enchanting table to enchant my equipment and have the most powerful gear I can possibly build. But to do that, I'm going to need to make use of my enchanting table or trade with villagers. Neither of which is going to be a simple or quick process. Both are going to be very lengthy processes. But as the upside is getting exactly what we want, I am ready and willing to put up with it. In fact, one of the main ways that I plan on trying to get enough levels to do what we want to do is by going to the village that we know of and seeing if we can get some trading going on. I don't know if it's going to work out the way that I would like. The alternative is to find another village. Or we try to mine specifically for ores that give XP. And, of course, continue to farm our animals, like cows. Which we know we can get a lot of XP out of our cows. We got a good amount when we finally harvested our cows last time. What is your question, Zachard? Welcome to the stream, by the way. Welcome to Guardian Studios. What is your question, my friend? Hey, Dino! Yes! Sulfur cubes. They became part of the game yesterday. I, unfortunately, have been too busy to do streams for the past couple of days, so today is my first exposure, if we have any exposure at all, to the new Chaos Cubed update. Sulfur Cubes, the Sulfur Caves, and, of course, everything that comes with these things. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. To answer your question, Zachard, it's a little bit of both. Both a hobby and a career. It's been my dream to make a content creation career, and this is how I'm starting it, by doing streams and videos of the games that I enjoy. Hey, Davian! The way you did Chaos, the way you did that all-caps Chaos thing, immediately makes me think of Shadow the Hedgehog. Chaos! Cubed. You thought I was gonna say Chaos Control, didn't you? Keep them guessing. Alright, I do not want this iron chest plate right now. It is about to break. Swap it out for one that's not, for a chest plate that's not about to break. It's weaker. I will admit, it is weaker. But it's more durable. Yep, Sonic stuff is cool, Davian. It is cool. Generally speaking, it is cool stuff. I have actions and stuff, and it's really cool because if your names will keep a specific thing and will look like it, so I made it valuable. Nice! That sounds so fun, Dino. That sounds so fun. Ellison. Always playing around with TNT in Minecraft, aren't you? You oughta know to be careful with that stuff. It's explosive. And the consequences of playing around with it can be quite severe. I just realized I need to grab materials to make fletching tables. Because if I can get fletchers going, I can do trades to get a ton of emeralds. Where is some flint? Flint. It's not just for the classic flint and steel. It's also useful for making fletching tables, which fletchers are probably the best tradesmen to do trades with, because out of all the villagers, they will take sticks right off the bat. And come on, sticks are easy to get. Ooh, yeah, if you're gonna experiment with this stuff right off the bat, don't do it in survival. It is not advised to do your first foray into something involving TNT in survival. Really? Really, Davian? Huh. Let me guess. Were you having difficulty with having the golems spawn where you wanted them to? Because that's the problem I used to have. Until I started to understand how their mechanics work. One of the main things to know about how iron golems will spawn in is they will try to find the highest platform they can that's close to the villagers. And spawn there, generally speaking. And generally they will spawn in the center of whatever amounts as a village. So you gotta be careful about your placement of anything to do with a village. There goes Ellison with the old quote. What has become a classic? Chicken jockey! It's raining. Are you kidding me? Well, time to do the test. Not a thunderstorm. Can't skip it. Darn. That stinks. I would have loved to be able to skip any rain at any time. But that's not a thing. Woo! Whoa! Jumped right over the ravine. That was close. Come on, where is this village? I know there's a village somewhere around here. In this direction. Aha! There it is. I see the towers. Ah, gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, trying to make an iron farm and a trading hall at the same time. Trying to make them as one structure is probably gonna make things difficult, because then you've got to deal with containing the villagers, getting the golems to spawn in the kill chamber, and all that good stuff. I'm sorry, but the wandering trader just wandered right into the... It just wandered right into the ravine! That poor dumb bozo just yeeted himself practically into the ravine. Oh boy, there are zombies down there. Yeah! Baby zombie. Hello, David Plays! Sorry. Solo world. Strictly solo. I may have to think about moving these villagers rather than trying to trade with them here. Because, the fact they've got zombies that close by is not good. Not good at all. It's actually problematic. Yeah, I may have to try to move the villagers that are in this place. And then worry about doing trades with them. For safety's sake. Nice! Good job, Davian! Hey, if you got it to work, power to you, my friend. I could never get a trading hall iron farm combo to work without being a pain in my neck. I actually think that I ended up giving up on the idea myself. So if you're able to make it work, power to you, my friend. You have more patience for that kind of a project than me, it would seem. I salute you, my fellow Minecrafter. That's cool, Ellison. That's cool. I just saw what you said about her. That is very cool. Sorry, I'm trying to see if there's any loot or anything in this village. Because I'm thinking I may have to corral the villagers somewhere and, like, put them in sort of a box so they don't get themselves killed. That'd be my main concern. But I'm not 100% sold on the idea of doing that yet. Yeah, colored concrete is a thing. Not exactly the easiest thing to get a lot of, but it is a thing. I'll be honest, I'm kind of hoping that when they do, with them doing the wool stairs in the next update, and wool slabs, supposedly, I'm hopeful that we're going to end up getting an update that adds in concrete stairs and slabs. Alright, Ellison. Hey, you have fun with that. Alright, so... yeah, the more I think about it, the more I think it might be a good idea to get the villagers out of this village and move them somewhere where I can have more control over their safety and their population. And then I can figure out how to work with them. Actually, there's a forest. Oh no, that's not forest, that's jungle. That's more jungle over there. There's jungle just over there where I could probably set them up comfortably. So, I am really thinking that might be what I do. Is move the villagers across the way to a more sheltered space. Make a little simple sort of a bridge here, so that if that is what I end up doing, I can bring them across a little easier. See, this guy is already exploring at the edge of the village. I don't think he wants to be in this village because of the chasm here. This ravine is not good for the villagers. If they fall in, they're dead. If the fall doesn't kill them, the zombies will. So I'm really thinking we're going to end up moving them out of that village and somehow try to get them either over here or bring them to my base or to an area near my base. That way we've got more control over whether or not they're safe, and we don't have to worry about sand. Or the unburning. The husks. I couldn't think of what their actual official name is, but the husks. They are a concern out here, because those things don't burn in the sunlight. And if we're out here and it gets dark and those darn things start showing up, we're in trouble. And that's the last thing we want. We do not want our villager friends to get wiped out by zombies of any kind. We do not want to have to deal with the husks because they're not going to burn. So my thought is, we may craft up boats, lash them together, get all the villagers into the boats somehow, and then drag them with us towards our base area. And build them a little fort. I've done the fort thing before, but I see no reason why we can't do it again. It'd be better to have them secure. I don't even care if they're close to the base or not. As long as they're secure somewhere, I'm good with them not being at the base. But if we bring them closer to the base, I don't have to travel as far to work with them. That is an important consideration too. So I'm still thinking about it, but we might be moving those guys to a place closer to the base. Hey, for that matter, I might move them into the desert temple that I use as a reference to find them. That's actually not a bad idea, come to think of it. If if we put them all in boats, put all the villagers in boats, bring them over to the temple that we cleared out, we can light it up, put them in, and that'll be an initial trading hall from which we can bring some out later to set them up in a villager breeder arrangement. I just gotta remember where the thing is. It's right over there. That's where it is. Okay, so that's the desert temple that I was just talking about. It's not very far from the base. It's just a brief swim or boat ride. So I am thinking that might be what we do. Either that, or like I was saying before, we bring them somewhere closer to the base that's not necessarily at the base. It would just be nice to have them be closer, if nothing else, so that I don't have to travel as far to get to them. But if I am going to move them, I gotta have a location already prepped. So it might be worth getting some more materials before we worry about that. Let's get back to base. We'll chop up some trees, do some animal farming, and then see where we stand with how we want to do the villagers. Because right now, all I need them for is leveling up. I'm not making an iron farm. I'm not making a trading hall outright. But trading with Fletchers with using sticks would get us a decent amount of XP for each trade, each dose of trading. And then the emeralds are just icing on the cake. Cake. Chocolate cake would actually be really good right about now. No, don't do that to yourself, Jagar. Don't do that to yourself. Don't make yourself hungry. Don't make yourself want cake. Too late. I already want cake. Dagnabbit. I do. I want some cake. Well, at some point, I may see if it's possible to just make a cake. Like a simple cake. Sounds like a plan to me, Davian. Sounds like a plan to me. I wish you happy hunting on that venture. Me, I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to focus in on what I was talking about. I'm going to do some farming, do some wood collection, and then I will consider what I'm going to do with the villagers. Once I've got an enchanted diamond pick, I'll think about what to do next, which will probably end up being an investigation into the Nether. I really don't like the Nether, but at some point, one way or another, I'm going to have to go to the Nether, because I'm going to need soul sand for water elevators. I'm sure that the geyser mechanism that they added will be useful for moving stuff up and down, but I don't see myself wanting to set that up in the mines. I want to be able to have an instant whoosh, whereas with the geyser, it's a matter of... Well, actually, no, I think they did make it so that you can turn it on. You can make a geyser work permanently, didn't they? I can't remember for sure. I haven't really been looking at very many videos about the new update because I've been focusing in on other things. Matters of what's already in the game and what's been made for the modded side of the game. Like aeronautics. That's still one that I want to do some content for on this channel. And I wholeheartedly, fully intend to do so. I'm just not sure what I'm gonna do with it quite yet. Gotta use lava instead of magma cube. So it's lava, and then a sulfur block, and then water on top of that, right? That's how you make a permanent geyser. And then the deeper the water is, the higher the geyser will shoot up. Isn't that right? It's all very fascinating stuff, what they're doing. And I find it really cool that when you think about it, the sulfur cube means that they're adding something that is physics-based to the vanilla game. It's kind of cool. Crazy and cool. That we're finally going to get something like that in vanilla. This just reiterates my belief that they could do new vehicles or customizable vehicles and airships, buildable methods of transportation, if they just put a little time into trying to code it. Now, do I know that for a fact? No. But somebody did it for modded Java edition. So that just makes me believe that, hey, it is possible. It would just take time. Hey, for airships in vanilla, or something of that effect, I don't care if it has to be some kind of weird, complicated doohickey of redstone mechanics that you have to make it turn, like it can only turn 90 degrees and then make it go and all that. I've talked about that before. I'll say again that I would not have a problem with something like that being how it worked. If we could have actual mobile bases of some kind. Make giant trains and trucks and airships and things. It would be amazing to be able to do stuff like that. Ow. Nice. That actually sounds really cool, Davian. That actually does sound really cool. Recreating an end city out of wool. That would be fun. That actually sounds really fun. The more I think about it, the more that sounds fun. Ooh. Oh, so many ideas of mine are becoming more and more likely to be possible. For things to build, things to do in this game. More and more of these ideas and thoughts and notions in the back of my mind are becoming in some way possible in vanilla. Oh, it is making me so excited. Oh yeah, that's not a bad idea either. Hey, you can maybe make geysers to lift you up between different levels in some of the towers of the end city. Just a random thought that popped through my head. Oh. Swap out the axe. Put in the new axe. I see an Enderman. I am not going to meddle with that Enderman because there's not much water around here. And if I try to place a bunch of water to make it easier to potentially fight him, I will mess up something up here and make it so that other monsters might be able to spawn. Now, I know the Enderman, he just teleported up here. He didn't spawn up here. I say as long as he doesn't mess up my farm, I won't mess with him. That is my perspective on that. You don't bother me, and I won't bother you, and we'll all get along nicely. Hopefully. Yeah, it might be a little difficult, but it's not like you have to do it for every tower. Yep, I had a feeling there were going to be monsters down here. That's why I slept, to cut down on the number of them. Alright, let's go put away this wood. It's not the wood type that I want to use in a fort, per se, but I may go ahead and use jungle wood to set up a fort kind of build where we can have the villagers corralled. Because that is one of the big things. I want to corral the villagers from that desert village in a structure where they'll be safe. And a fort, if lit up decently enough, no matter where it's built, it'll provide plenty of protection. Ow. But honestly, I'd rather build it out of spruce. I just love using the spruce. I may use a mix. I think I'm going to use a mix of spruce and jungle. Just gonna make a simple fort, put all the villagers in that place into boats, and then use those boats to get those villagers far away from that village. Bring them closer to us, and put them in a fort where they'll be safe. Safe, secure, and sheltered. Where nothing, and I do mean nothing, is going to be able to hurt them. First, I want to set up some trees in the tree farm to grow. Trees that I don't have very many of yet, that I don't really have any of the wood from. Or much of the wood from. Namely, oak and birch. No, oak and spruce. Eventually I'm going to get some birch saplings and do the same with them. Alright, trees planted. Hey! We planted the same amount of both kinds of saplings. Nice. And Geronimo! Can't resist. Now you gotta hop on Minecraft. My plan is working perfectly. Remind people just how much they enjoy Minecraft, and they must play it. I'm kidding. It wasn't planned, but I'm glad that in watching me play, you decided to play some more yourself. That actually makes me quite happy. Alright, let's put away these saplings. I don't want to be carrying them around a whole bunch. I've still got a stack of oak saplings on me for whatever reason. I'm fine with that. Oh, wait a minute. Animals. Animals, animals, animals. I should farm the animals for a minute, because that could give us XP. There we go. Oh. Looks like some of the cows are growing up. So this is definitely a good time to work with them, if nobody else. Come here, cows. Every cow, come to me. Grow in number to provide meat for me. Alright, that'll do for the cows. Next layer, what do we got? Sheep, right? Yes. Oh man, they are devastating the grass up here. I think it's because there's not a lot of light, so they're not, the grass isn't replenishing as fast. That stinks. That's a point that I hadn't considered in setting up the farming tree. I didn't think about that. Grass may have a harder time growing where there is no sunlight to speak of. Oh well. Come to me, sheepies. Come to me. Yeah, the swirly tough block. That one is pretty cool. Going up to the next bunch. Pigs! Here, piggies! Come here, pigs. Let me feed you some potatoes. Some nice taters. Good pig. Good pigs. Next, the chickens. Which, we don't have very many of these guys yet, but we don't need a whole lot of chickens anyway. There's only 5 of you? I'll bet that one was standing at the fence and fell out. That's my best explanation for why we're missing a chicken in terms of the count. Or the expected count. We lost one because the chicks, they're so small, it probably stepped into the fence, grew up, and then got stuck on the outside. And then after that, it couldn't get back into the fence, and it probably just wandered off into the open. Hey, Leo! Good to see you, dude. Glad you can make it, my friend. How are you? Are you doing alright? Hope so. Potatoes, wheat, and wheat seeds all get put back. These eggs. Do I want to do anything with them? I'll hold on to them. Not really. Glad to hear it, my friend. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear you're doing good. Aha! Thank you for the rules, Leo. Always appreciate it. I'm doing good, by the by. To answer your question, I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good. Just trying to figure out how to get some levels to be able to do some enchanting. I want to enchant a pickaxe and hopefully get fortune. But I need levels to be able to do that. And unfortunately, I'm not level 30 yet. Very annoying. Very annoying. Thinking about it, did I set up any charcoal cooking by any chance? I don't remember if I did or not. Doesn't look like it, which... Whoa, 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 what? What is this? Are you able to... You can... I want to see something. Oh my goodness, I did not know that was a thing. Since when was that a thing? That is so cool. In the furnace, you now have... You can... That was not a thing before. That was never a thing. That's new. I would swear that that's new. Huh. I like it. Has anybody else seen this before? This menu over here? I would swear this is new. We have a toggleable furnace recipe book that calls the item we're wanting to cook out of our inventory and into the furnace. That's never been a thing before, has it? Has it? Was that a thing before? I think that just got added in the update. I like it. I do, I like that. I wonder how many people are going to go past that and not even think about it. You know, people that are going to be playing the game, they're going to be da-da-da-da-da, and they're going to go into the furnace and they're just going to be like, hey, pop this here, let it cook. And they're not even going to see it. I'll bet you there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be in that situation where they're going to have that thing open up and they're going to be like, they're going to be oblivious. They're not going to see that new feature because they're not going to be looking for it. They're going to be so focused that they don't see it. I almost didn't see it just now. I was over here checking these furnaces and I didn't see it at first. It wasn't until I was over here checking this one that I realized, wait, I have a recipe book in there now. Those sly dogs, they slipped in more features. They slipped in another feature. I like it. Ooh. Imagine if they did something like that for the brewing stand. I mean, that would take the guesswork out of potions. That could take some of the guesswork out of making potions. But do we really want it that way? I don't know. It's still cool, though. Anyway, I'm going to set up some... nope, don't go there. See, this is habit. I'm just doing that to move stuff around. I'm not even using the recipe book, because I'm used to doing it that way with furnaces. Eventually, I'm going to get used to doing the recipe book. It is a cool idea, having a way to set up potions in the brewing stand that doesn't require you to deal with that. I wouldn't even care if what they did for it was just have a little tab you can open up that shows you, oh, hey, these are the recipes to get this level of potion. And these are the effects of these ingredients if they apply to a potion. I wouldn't mind if it was just something like that. Now, is this an island, or is this... Because if this is an island I'm swimming up to right here, this could be a good place to set up a fort for the villagers from the desert. Except if it probably qualifies as a desert itself, doesn't it? In that case, it's no good. It's no good, because I want to get them out of the desert. I don't want to have to risk dealing with husks. I don't want to deal with husks. Those things are a pain. The more I think about it, the more I realize I'd rather just move them out of the desert entirely. But I don't want to put them near my my tree house place, my tree village. Because the tree village is my base. Because that's what I'm trying to build. I'm trying to build like a treehouse village kind of thing as my starting and expanding first base. But I want to have these villagers closer to my home too. So, let's go this way. I want to see. I don't mind having to drag the villagers a long distance if I can get them all, which with the way leads work now and boats, I can probably carry them all to a new safe location relatively easily. It would just be a matter of I need to pick a place, build the structure I'm going to hide them in, and then transport them. And that is the thing that makes it even worse. Husks now have a mount in the game. The zombie camel. The husk camel. We gotta be careful about the husk camel and its rider in particular, as well as the zombie horse and the zombie spearman. So I'm really thinking that what I want to do is move the villagers away from the desert into a forest or jungle area that's close to my base or closer to my base, but not right at the base. In a biome where there's not going to be any husks, so that I don't have to worry about undead that don't burn. Especially considering that the undead can carry spears now. And those things are terrifying. Zombies already have an unfair reach in Bedrock Edition. Having them have spears with that unfair reach, that's just icing on an unpleasant cake. And I don't want it. That's a cake I don't want to eat. It's a monster cake. And it's not tasty. It would taste horrible. I know, I'm kind of spiraling on my words right now. So yeah, what I'm thinking is we're going to end up moving them here to this forest. The nice thing is that it's also relatively close to world spawn. So if we move the villagers and we die, I can race my way to this place, go into the first layer of the fort and be safe. Because my idea is I'm going to have an airlock type of setup at the entrance. And I'll probably have entrances in all four cardinal directions. North, south, east, and west. So that I can get into the place or get out of the place and just take off running. But I gotta find the right spot around here to build this fort. It doesn't have to be big. I'm not doing villager breeding in this place, however we set it up. I'm just getting the villagers away from the desert. But the more I think about it, the more I think I may have to bring them into the jungle. Into the more open jungle area. Which bring them very close to the base. I don't want to bring them too close to the base because I don't want my base interfering with and overlapping the village that this place would be. That's part of my problem. I gotta make sure that it's not... that they don't latch onto anything at my base. No workstations, no beds. Otherwise, it'll mess up anything that spawns there, if anything. So, we may be tearing down a bunch of trees. In fact, we are gonna have to tear down a bunch of trees. Flattening out some space, and... we're gonna be making a fort. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be making a fort. It's just gonna be a matter of where can I put this? Because this ain't a very big forest right here. It's not a very big forest at all. And it's very uneven. But I can do it. I know I can figure this out. It's just gonna be a matter of clearing out trees and setting up shop here temporarily flattening the space out where I want to have the fort, and then making it so that I've got kind of an airlock system at all 4 sides, or at the corners for that matter, to be able to get in and keep the monsters out. It's gonna be a little difficult to figure out, but I will figure it out somehow. However, for the moment, I think that's actually going to do it for the session. I expected to get more levels than I have, but that was what the focus was going to be, on figuring out how we're going to level up. And now we have some kind of an idea. Whoa! Puppy! Mind if I take that? Sorry, puppy. But I need that stuff. Anyway, so that's going to be my plan. My plan is going to be to get the villagers out of the desert village, move them here, but first we're going to have to build a fort. So that'll be what we work on next session. But for now, that's going to do it for this session, everybody. I will be going live on my Twitch channel in a little while for anybody who can watch and is interested. But until then, thank you all ever so much for watching. I am so grateful to everybody for all support you've been showing the channel lately. I truly, truly am. If you enjoyed the stream, please be sure to let me know by leaving likes, commenting, subscribing, and of course, checking out the About page and smacking that notification bell so that you don't miss the next stream or video. Zario, do not worry, my friend. There will be more streams coming in the days ahead. There will be lots more streams, lots more fun. Alright? And if you guys can think of anybody who you think might enjoy the content as well, please be sure to share the channel with them, alright? With that being said, thank you once again for watching. I am JGardo1, your guide, your bard, and your humble host into the world's virtual, and I'll see you all next time right here on Guardian Studios. Thank you so much for watching the stream. See you next time. Bye-bye. Bye.